Welcome to HVTV1.com for this special presentation of the Hidden Valley High School Mustangs. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank, Don Carter LLC, Fields Ace Home Center, Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati, and LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire. These wonderful people and businesses help bring you these free events, so support them in their service. And get ready for some great action ahead on HVTV1.com.
Hello and welcome to HVTV1 Student News. I'm Josh Eldridge and I'm ready to bring you Hidden Valley Mustangs and Marshfield Pirates softball coming up next on HVTV1.com. Two teams that are looking to get onto the right track heading into league play. A couple of losing teams right now, but again, looking to get on the right foot coming into league play. You can watch all that action coming up on HVTV1.com, and stay tuned. Give you a preview of the Mustangs season so far and what to expect coming into this matchup, as well as a little bit from Marshfield. So stay tuned for all that on HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC Equal Housing Lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com here at the campus of Hidden Valley High School in Murphy, Oregon. Rain's starting to come down just a little bit. Gray clouds above as we bring you into this Mustang softball complex. Finished last year, I guess, with the help of Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde, as long as a lot of other donors from Hidden Valley High School. Again, it is starting to come down just a little bit, but other than that, a nice sunny day. And rain's been on and off, and hopefully it'll stop here before first pitch, which will come up in just a moment. But take a look at Hidden Valley before we get to first pitch a little bit later on. Hidden Valley, a team right now in the Skyline Conference, of course, right now sitting with a 1-3 preseason record. 21 runs scored for them and 36 against. So definitely not the start they were hoping for in this season. Marshfield, a team that they're facing, they're 2-5 right now in non-league play out of the Sky M League. We'll take a look at the standings of the Skyline and we'll move down the list to the Sky M League. Henley, the number 1 ranked team in the entire state of Oregon, are 7-0, outscoring their opponents so far this season by 43 runs. Phoenix is right behind them. They are also undefeated at 5-0, ranked 17th in the state. Mazama is in third place in the Skyline Conference with a 3-4 record. North Valley, the rival Knights, are 2-5 so far this year. The Klamath Union Pelicans are 1-1 this season so far in preseason play. And finally, Hidden Valley in last place, coming in at ranked 24 in the state today. They are 1-3 on the season. Take a look at the Sky M League, where the Marshfield Pirates are from. Elmira, they are 6-1, leading the Sky M League. They are ranked 4th in the state. Marist Catholic is 6-1. They have only allowed 9 runs this year. Marist Catholic have scored 96, an incredible feat there. Junction City are 6-2. As a matter of fact, the Junction City baseball team is here in Murphy tonight, playing downstairs over at the baseball field. And best we can, we'll give you score updates from there as we move along this afternoon. Behind Junction City are the Marshfield Pirates, again 2-5 so far this season. They come in ranked 25th in the state. Cottage Grove is 0-3, and Siuslaw is 0-6, ranked near the bottom in the state. We take a look at the OSA top 10 standings. We've heard a couple of the names already. Of course, Henley, number 1, they are undefeated, 7-0. LeGrand falls in at number 2, also 7-0, undefeated. Junction City is ranked 3rd, 6-2. Elmira 6-1, coming in at the 4th spot. Number 5 is Ontario. They're 8-2. McLaughlin is ranked 6th at 7-2. Philomath is number 7 They are 7-5 right now. Astoria is at the 8th spot, 6-1. Marist Catholic coming in at number 9, and Staten in at number 10 in the OSA top 10 standings. You can hear the wind picking up a little bit. Not too bad from where we stand right now, but you can hear it picking up in the microphone a little bit. Shouldn't affect the players too much on the field as we move forward into the day. But again, about a 3-mile-an-hour wind facing toward the east. But as we take a little bit more of a closer look into this game, Hidden Valley last year's, again, they take the field right now, the Hidden Valley Mustangs. They were 11-2 last year with a 5-year record of 50-72. Most of that, though, a lot of those losses from a 1-23 record in 2014, a team which, in fact, had 0 seniors, as opposed to this year having 5 seniors on the roster this year. So definitely a big difference between 2014, a 1-23 year, and hopefully trying to get that first winning record in a couple years. As a matter of fact, going 12-11 last year, so hoping to improve upon that record, I should say. Last year, though, when they did go 12-11, they did beat Marshfield, this team they're playing today, on the 17th of March, beating them 5-2 last year. The Mustangs, a little bit different from that team to this team. They lost 4 seniors last year, and they're going to end up losing 5 at the end of this year. So definitely a little bit of a younger team. Losing 4 seniors is always, it hurts, but Mustangs have made up for it so far this season. New head coach Brett Pierce for Hidden Valley Mustangs. We'll tell you a little bit more about him as we move on into the broadcast. Got to catch up with him before first pitch this afternoon. And yeah, Hidden Valley, just kind of a note here, Hidden Valley, they've played 1 Sky M team so far this season, a 9-7 win over Cottage Grove. They're 1-0 against Sky M teams. Marshfield's played 3 Skyline teams. They're 1-2 against the Skyline Conference. Their only victory, a 6-5 victory over Mazama. So we're going to see if those teams can improve their records against the other conferences around the state of Oregon. We'll take a look at Hidden Valley's defense coming up in just a second. Around the diamond for Hidden Valley, take a look here. At the third base side, going to have Trina Toth. Over at shortstop is, get this right here, apologize folks. At the shortstop is going to be Faith Perez. Moving over to the second base side, in at the second base position is Katie Bergeron, and at first base is Maddie Hankins. Moving out to the outfield from left to right field. Starting in left for the Mustangs is Grace Satterfield. Center field is Leah Stone. And at right field is Natasha Combe. On the mound for the Mustangs is going to be Christina Lesher. For Hidden Valleys, it looks like we're going to get first pitch started here in just a couple seconds right here on HVTV1.com. We'll give you the Marshfield starting lineups as we progress through the afternoon. Bring up the Evergreen Federal Bank scoreboard. Again, special thanks to Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde for helping all Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Get set for first pitch. First one is going to be taken for a ball. First pitch here in Murphy at 3:01 p.m. on this kind of gloomy Tuesday afternoon. Again, we did get some rain earlier, hoping it stays away for this ball game. Second pitch is going to be slapped by the shortstop and into left field. Fielding that one is going to be Satterfield. The throw in is a wild one. Moving up to second base is going to be Dahlia Kenway. She's going to get on base with a single and then advancing on the error. Batting second for the Marshfield Pirates is Paige Regard, hitting second, playing second base. In the 3 hole is Sierra Ward in left field. Cleanup spot is Cedar Ward, a third base player for the Marshfield Pirates, and we'll get more after this pitch. Looks like trying to lay down the bunt, but no good. That one's going to be taken for a ball. Hitting fifth is Brady Ballum. Hitting sixth is Kaylin Devi. Get more after this pitch. Excuse me, Kaylin D hitting sixth. Hitting seventh is Karina Skirk. That one's popped up. behind the plate, going to end up out of play. Hitting 8th is Aliana Sullivan, and hitting 9th is the catcher, Emily Schaefer. Runner at second base here, no outs. Pitch low in the dirt, going to be blocked. Looks like Dwight thought about going for it, but instead is going to stay put at second base. Zoom out, try to give you a better look at the kind of weather we're getting here in Murphy. See the dark clouds behind the field. And that one's going to be popped out, going to be behind the batter's cage over on the first base side. Again, with the rain earlier, and even when the Pirates were taking outfield practice before the game, talking about kind of how wet the outfield was, almost like walking in a swamp out there is what it sounded like. Again, we're facing in from center field, as opposed to where we would be for baseball, as Raygard takes a walk. So Lesher on the mound. Hasn't gotten an out yet, but has given up 1 base hit and 1 walk to this point in the ball game. And stepping in now for the Pirates is Sierra Ward. That pitch is going to be inside, a 1-0 count. And the Mustangs downstairs at the baseball field against Junction City, they won't start until 4 o'clock, about another hour for them. And again, if we are able to, we'll try to get score updates as that game moves forward, as leading off. Can I really get a big lead there? That pitch slapped down the third base line, gonna end up foul. Look at this semi-newly finished Mustang field. It was finished last year, got that new turf in the infield. Outfield is still all grass, and that's why it's going to be a little bit tough for these girls in the outfield, as trying to steal that base, and she does. Both runners move up, so runners at second and third. Now with no outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now into Ward. Down slapped into foul territory. Going to end up by the JV teams on the other bench. Not a whole lot of room for spectators here, Mustang softball complex. Just those 2 sets of bleachers back there, but nothing more. At the pitch, the windup, a low pitch, but nice block behind the plate that time. And an errant throw into the infield, sliding in at home. She's going to be safe. The play at third, and she's going to be safe at well. So Raygard moves up to third, and Kanwai comes all the way home on the errant throw. So Lesher's given up 1 run, but it's unearned, as the Pirates now lead 1-0. Taking a walk is Sierra Ward. 2 walks to the first 3 hitters. Christina Lesher getting a little bit of trouble. Runners at the corners, still no outs. Cedar Ward now. Big right-handed hitter. The pitch is going to end up inside, but swiping second in the meantime is Sierra Ward. That one grounded to third. Toth comes up with it, fires home, lays down the tag, and out trying to score is Raygard, but Ward will move up to third, and Cedar Ward will get on to first with a fielder's choice. The wind really starting to pick up now. Raygard is the first out, and then steps Jordy Ballum. So we got runners at the corners still now with one out. Runner on first base is Cedar Ward. Runner on third is Sierra Ward. And again, one out. Pitch in is going to be popped up in the infield. Throw back over to first base, and I believe they're going to get the double play, and they will. Errant base running that time by Cedar Wood costs the Marshfield Pirates a chance at another run as the double play will end the inning. So one base hit, 2 runners left on, and 1 run does come across on the air for the Marshfield Pirates. The Mustangs get a first chance to answer back for them. You're watching HVTV1.com.
The weather is changing outside and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing.
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're going to get set for the bottom of the first inning here in Murphy, Oregon. The Marshfield Pirates out to an early 1-0 lead after after Dahlia Kanwai gets home in that first inning. So the Mustangs get a chance to answer back here in the bottom half of the first inning. Only trailing by 1 run, still definitely doable. And again, 2 teams that have had their troubles, hoping to capitalize on the other's cold streak and maybe get a winning streak started of their own. On the mound for the Marshfield Pirates is Jordy Baldwin. We'll get the rest of the defensive lineup as we move forward into this one. The starting lineups for the Hidden Valley Mustangs. So we'll get to those just a second. Is leading off is going to be the third baseman, Trina Toth. Greg Satterfield and Leah Stone due up in this inning for Hidden Valley as Toth is going to take strike 1. A little bit odd, we got those gray clouds surrounding us, but they're just surrounding us. We got a nice blue patch of sky over center field as that pitch is going to be high and out of the zone for ball 1 to Trina Toth, one of the 5 seniors on this roster. Pitch in from Baldwin's going to end up being inside and getting away from the catcher, Schaefer. So again, Leah Stone hitting third in this inning. Anime Caddick is catching, hitting 4th. Maddie Henkins is hitting 5th and at first base. Christina Lesher is pitching, hitting 6th. In the 7th hole is Faith Perez at shortstop. This pitch into Toth. She's going to swing at that one out of the zone. Hitting 9th is Natasha Combe, and in the 9th hole is Katie Bergeron at second base. That one's high in the zone. We got a full count to Trina Toth. Wind blowing out to the east, a little bit faster than it was. This Toth swings and misses, but it's a drop third strike. The throw on to first is going to be in time, so Toth goes down on strikes, and that's going to bring up Grace Satterfield. One strikeout for Baldwin so far. You now get to watch Satterfield try to get on base. That's all you can really hope for right now, as that one's lined onto the first base side, but it's going to end up going foul. Mustangs a team that can score a lot of runs, but the problem is they give up their fair share too, and that's why they're 1-3 on the season. They got no problem scoring. It's the pitching and defense that have been tough for the Mustangs. And of course, new head coach for Hidden Valley, Brett Pierce. A lot of coaching experience coming in to coach the Mustangs. In fact, helping coach and coach with the Atlanta Braves of the Major League Baseball back in 96 and 97, a couple years there, and since then he's kind of floated around, wants to settle down with his family, came here, and says, you know, he says this game's been around for quite some time. You can't really, you know, invent something new with a game like baseball or softball that's been around since the 1800s, but it's just a matter of, you know, teaching these players the right way to play. He says it's a different experience, obviously, teaching high school girls softball and trying to coach Major League Baseball. He says you can fix their swings and their throwing all day as that one's hit in the air to left field, and making the catch is going to be Ward. So 2 outs for Hidden Valley. It's going to bring up Leah Stone. But as I was saying, Pierce said you can teach them to throw and teach them to hit all day, but it's a different challenge where you try to motivate these high school players. Is when you're in the bigs, you already know you're good enough. It's just a matter of coaching. He said you use different language, different motivation tactics, but I asked him if he felt like it was a step down almost. He said no, just different challenges, and he's up for it. But I've heard him say it a couple times today. He says, someone asked him a question. He says, well, the game's been around for a long time, so I think I know what's going on here, and he's right. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Leah Stone at the plate. That pitch into her is going to be hit hard to the shortstop, but caught by Kanwai for the 3rd out of the inning. The Mustangs, no runners left on because of no hits, as they are still down 1-0 behind the Marshfield Pirates. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be back with the top of the 2nd inning on HVTV1.com.
This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. A 1-0 ball game. The Marshfield Pirates are leading the Hidden Valley Mustangs so far as we head into the top of the 2nd inning. Christina Lester still on the mound for Hidden Valley after giving up that 1 run in the first. An unearned run as Dahlia Kenwai came in off the error. But due up this inning for the Marshfield Pirates is Kaylin D, Karina Skirk, and Aliana Sullivan. And that's going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Pirates. So we get right back into this one on HVTV1.com. So stepping into the box, Kaylin D, the right fielder for the Pirates. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Lester threw that first inning. Again, we mentioned that 1 run. She did give up 1 hit and 2 walks, but again, there was the errant throw very early on in that inning as that ball smacked into left field. It's going to get down inside the fair line. Rounding first, heading for second is D. The throw in can't be corralled by Bergeron. So that's going to be a leadoff double for Kaylin D, as the Pirates are in good chance now to extend upon this lead. That brings up Karina Skirk. Faking the bunt there. And wind blowing toward the east side across the outfield from right to left field. Laying down the bunt again, but that one's popped up. Toth almost comes in to grab it. Throw on to first is not going to be in time. Toth not able to make the play, charging in to try to field the bunt. So it's going to be an error on Toth. D moves up to third, and Skirk safely in at first base. So runners at the corners now, no outs. And now the Mustangs in trouble early in the 2nd inning. Swung on and missed. Looks like a fake throw down to third as Aliana Sullivan, the first baseman for the Marshfield Pirates, comes in. Lesher selecting the pitch, looking in, fires. It's going to be outside. Karina Skirk advanced to second on a stolen base. 2 runners in scoring position now. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to be popped up, remaining in the infield. Lesher calls everyone off and makes the play. Doing everything herself there for the first out. Emily Schaefer, the catcher, now stepping in for the Pirates. Still 2 runners in scoring position now with 1 out, so it's going to be a little bit easier to get out of this inning, though. A ball to the outfield might score 1 if it's hit deep enough, as pitch from Lesher floats in there for a strike. Lesher now for the second pitch. That one's going to end up being hit foul as it ricochets off home plate, and it's going to catch Schaefer in the upper leg. And the umpire you see there, the base umpire, John Lundquist. That pitch is in the dirt, but it's going to stay in front of her. It's going to be ball 2. And pardon me, it's going to be 1-2 now with 1 out. That one's hit on the ground, going to end up foul. So it looks like on contact, Dee is going to be on the move. If it's hit to one of those corners now, she might get cut down, as Henkels is playing in on what would be the infield grass, but no grass here in the softball field, as just the turf get that true bounce. So that pitch is going to be swung on a miss for the second out. The throw down to third doesn't mean much, but Schaefer will strike out for the second out of the inning. Now Ken Y singled in her first time up, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates. That one's going to be popped up to the first base side, not going to be able to be grabbed. So it'll just be strike 1. Lesher looks in. Mustangs aware that's the leadoff hitter. A lot of speed coming out of that batter's box, so even a ground ball might be a little bit tough to do something with. But count 1-1 now with 2 outs to the Pirates' leadoff hitter. Again, she singled her last time through. That pitch is going to be high. Short backstop here, though, at this softball complex, so Dee is not going anywhere. That one slapped down the line top. It eats her up. Not able to make the plays. Dee comes in to score. She's going to score on the error from Toth. That's going to bring Skirk up to third base, and on first is Ken Y. So now runners at the corners. Still 2 outs. Kawhi takes off. That one's going to be picked up, fielded, fired onto first in time, as Perez makes a good play to get the Mustangs out of that inning. 2-0 the score. Here as the Pirates lead the Mustangs on the road. And when we come back, the Mustangs continue to try to answer back, as it's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Hidden Valley. You're watching HVTV1.com.
One is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. The Mustangs trail 2-0 to the Marshfield Pirates. Coming up in this inning for Hidden Valley is Anime Caddick, the catcher, Maddie Heckles, the first baseman, and the pitcher, Christina Lesher, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Mustangs. As the huddle up there on the pitching circle. Again, like to welcome any Marshfield Pirates fans listening in to the broadcast. Heard there may be some of you out there. And of course, anyone from Murphy listening in. And from all over the place, wherever you may be, thanks for tuning in to HVTV1.com. Jordy Baldwin settling into the circle as she looks in. The first pitch is going to be hit into center field. That's going to get down. And that's going to be a base hit to lead off the inning for Hidden Valley as Caddick slaps one into right center field for a single. First hit of the ball game for the Mustangs goes to Anime Caddick. That brings up Maddie Heckles. Pitch in is going to be fouled off to the first base side. So now Baldwin settling back in. Again, the runner on first, Caddick. That one's hit on the ground to third. Going to be picked up, throw it on to second. Regard is going to just hold on to it, though, as the Pirates will only get one. So a fielder's choice allows Henkels to get on to first. Caddick is thrown out, trying to advance. That'll bring up Christina Lesher, the pitcher. See if she can help her own cause here with one out in the bottom of the second inning. Up in the zone, swinging at that one, out of the zone, almost up at her eyes for strike one. Okay, not very many spectators, at least from the Marshfield side, having to make the long drive from Coos Bay. Didn't know if this game was going to happen again. Heavy rain only a couple hours before first pitch, and then it started to clear up. And again, the outfield really like a swamp out there. If it rolls, you can almost get an extra base off of that one, as that one's going to be popped up into the infield and out of play. But if either of these teams can just get a ball into the outfield, you could almost stretch it into an extra base every time just because of how slow the ball is rolling in this outfield grass. Though again, it's not really grass, more like a marshland. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch low, so it will be 1 ball and 2 strikes now with 1 out in the inning now. Baldwin selecting her pitch. That one's going to be low. Schaefer able to get behind Lesher because that pitch bounced behind her calf. So it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Nice way to work it back from an 0-2 count. Still a good at-bat so far, regardless of the outcome. But Lesher, the pitcher, definitely wanted to help her own cause here and at least get on base if you can't. Swung on and missed. A ball out of the zone for the second out. Second strikeout for Baldwin so far, as that brings up Faith Perez, playing shortstop for Hidden Valley. That one, an excuse me swing will end the inning as that one's popped up and Schaefer will grab it again to end the inning. 1 runner left on for the Mustangs, still unable to get that first run across as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV.
Welcome back to Hidden Valley High School, HVTV1.com, bringing you the special presentation of Hidden Valley Softball versus the Marshfield Pirates. The dark clouds over the mountains over there to the east side of the field. And hoping the rain stays away again. We kind of got a circle of blue sky just around this field, so the weather god's hoping for us to finish this game. It seems like as we enter the top of the third inning, the Marshfield Pirates lead 2-0 over Hidden Valley. Christina Lesher on the mound for the Mustangs as we get started in this third inning. 2 runs again come across for Marshfield, both of them unearned. As a matter of fact, Trina Toth has made 2 errors, both of them coming back in that second inning. The other error being charged to Grace Satterfield for throwing it in a bit wildly back in the first inning. So 3 errors for Hidden Valley so far in this game. Only accounted for 2 runs though, so almost got to count yourself lucky for committing that many errors and only giving up 2 runs. So that one's going to be strike 1 over the plate for Lesher. And at the plate now, Sierra Ward. It's going to be the 3-4-5 hitters for the Pirates in this inning, as Ward is going to end up taking strike 2. Lesher getting ahead of the first hitter. She's had trouble getting ahead. And again, with 3 errors, it's almost like she's had to do a lot of this herself, as that pitch breaking, not going to be called a strike, almost like an off-speed pitch there, going to be low in the zone, ball 1. That going to be hit right back to Lesher on the bounce, fire onto first in time for the first out of the inning, as that was a comebacker on 1 hop. Lesher able to grab that one for the first out. Cedar Ward now playing third base. She reached on a fielder's choice her last time, so 0 for 1 so far in this game. That one's going to be hit a roller to first base. And the ball is out on the tag. Ankles tried to apply the tag to Ward, but it ends up falling out on the tag. Umpires having a little bit of a conversation, and she is going to be called safe. So Ward reaches on a, I'm not even sure how you would score that. I guess it would be an error on Hankels. So that's going to bring up Jordy Baldwin, the pitcher for the Pirates. And so far, Pirates have been aggressive on the bases. That one's popped up into the infield. Caddick able to grab that one. In the meantime, though, Ward was on the move from first. But now with 2 outs, I believe they're probably just going to end up holding her there. That's going to bring up Kaylin D. That one's hit right back to the fence. So it's going to be an 0-1 count. Runner on first, 2 outs. Pirates have left 4 runners on base to this point in the game. That one's hit hard on the ground. Perez fire onto first, a high throw. It's going to be up against that batting cage. Coming around third, they're going to hold Ward over there at third as she advances on the throw. As D reaches on the E6, Perez throwing that one a little bit too high, as now it's going to be runners on the corners with 2 outs. Stepping in is going to be Karina Skirk. That ball's going to be swung on and missed. On 1 count, 2 outs. That one's going to end up floating just out of the zone. It looks like 1-1. Looked like a strike from here, but The 1-1 count. That one's got to be a strike. No, it's going to be just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. The Mustangs, if they could get out of this inning, that'd be a big break for Lesher. That one's going to be hit into the air behind third base. Perez is going to call everyone off and make the play. So the Pirates leave 2 stranded. No one comes across. And 2 reaching on errors that time for Hidden Valley. Going to look to clean up that defense as we move forward into the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Outside, you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is...
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 2-0 the score. The Pirates leading the Mustangs as we move toward the middle part of this ball game into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mustangs have yet to push one across. They've only got 1 hit so far in the ball game, credited to Anime Caddick. And they've struck out twice so far, but really I guess the big thing is that they've committed about 5 errors. We'll get the correct totals for you here in just a minute, but due up in this inning as they try to answer back, it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That's Natasha Combe, Katie Bergeron, and Trina Toth. Still on the mound is going to be Jordy Baldwin for the Marshfield Pirates. So again, right fielder Natasha Combe. And therefore Hidden Valley, left-handed hitter. That one's going to end up being fouled toward the Marshfield dugout. And give you another full look here. The nice turf infield finish last season. This is the 2nd season the Mustangs have been able to play on it. A lot of people working on that one over the past couple summers. I'd like to thank everyone responsible in helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Pitch in from Baldwin. That one's going to be hit towards second base. The flip onto first in time as Sullivan reaches and makes the play. Katie Bergeron, number 9 hitter, in for Hidden Valley now. She takes the first pitch way high for ball 1. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, that one's hit, bouncing, picking that one up and firing on to first was Ward for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 quick outs for the Pirates. That's going to bring up Trina Toth, the leadoff hitter for Hidden Valley. Pitch going to end up being inside. Toth, her last time up, she struck out 0 for 1. Pitch swinging at 1 high. That one's going to be popped away foul over the Marshfield dugout. And again, talked about it, Hidden Valley, 6 errors so far. Pirates have committed no errors. A point of probably why Hidden Valley has not been able to score so far. Been lockdown defense through the first 2 2/3 innings for the Pirates. As 2 balls, 1 strike is the count to the senior Toth at the plate. Baldwin has also pitched very well. The Mustangs offense really not able to get anything started either. Only 1 hit, 2 strikeouts for them, in danger of making it 3. As Toth fights that one off on the inside part of the plate, fouls it off. Out of balls behind the plate, it looks like. finally getting a couple back. And behind that Marshfield dugout, there's a ditch. It rolls down. And going to lose a lot of balls down that way. Really, this field, if you look at it, you kind of take a lap around here. We're elevated. There's pretty much a dip all around us from all sides of the field, except for maybe center field where we are right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no runners on. The pitch into Toth is going to be fouled off. That was a meatball right down the middle of the zone, but couldn't quite get the barrel to it. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marshfield Pirates lead by 2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Moving through this game relatively quickly here. First pitch was at 3 o'clock into the 3rd inning. We're only 40 minutes into this one, as that one's going to be fouled off as well. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up now. Trina Toth is putting up a battle at the plate. Mustang dugout trying to get into it. And Toth, an 8-pitch at-bat's always a good one, but you always want to end it with getting on base, try to start that 2-out rally, and an 8-pitch at-bat with a base hit can always spark something in that dugout, as that one's going to be grounded to short. Throw on to Sullivan in time for the 3rd out. So 9 pitches is not going to be enough for Toth to get on base, as the Mustangs go down 1-2-3 to end the 3rd inning. They're trailing by 2, and you're watching HVTV1.com.
On HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you
All right, welcome back to HVTV1.com. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Marshfield Pirates leading the Hidden Valley Mustangs 2-0. So far through this game, the Pirates 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They've left 4 runners on. For the Mustangs, no runs on 1 hit. They've committed 6 errors, and they've only left 1 runner on base to this point in the game. Leading off this inning for the Marshfield Pirates is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Aliana Sullivan, Emily Schaefer, and Dahlia Kanwai. On the mound still is Christina Lesher. She's only given up 2 hits, 2 runs. None of them have been earned, as again 6 errors for Hidden Valley to this point, as that one's hit pretty high in the air to right field. Not able to track that one down was Combe is advancing to second base, laying down the tag. Sullivan is going to come into that one. We'll give her the double. Leading that one off for the Pirates brings up Emily Schaefer. She struck out her first time through, hitting in the 9 hole as a leadoff runner onto second base. The Pirates in good opportunity to drive home that run. So far, again, 4 runners left on base to this point. Schaefer lays down the bunt. Toth fires onto first for the first out, but in the meantime, Sullivan's going to move up to third. But as I was saying, of those 4 runners left on, 2 of them have been in scoring position. So Pirates having maybe a little bit of trouble hitting with runners in scoring position. That's going to bring up leadoff hitter Dahlia Kanwai. First pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. Runner on third, 1 out. Lesher has pitched fairly good to her credit. Again, it's just been the defense behind her, not able to get the job done for Hidden Valley. Is that pitch going to be low? Going to be ball 2. Caddick putting in work behind the plate as well, blocking a lot of those pitches. Is doing a great job as that pitch is going to be high and away for ball 3. So Lesher kind of losing a hitter here. She hasn't been able to get in a lot of good pitchers' counts, but been able to squeeze her way out of these innings a lot of these times. But 3 balls, no strikes. We'll see if she's going to be able to work her way back into this one. Is that one going to be high for ball 4? Her 3rd walk so far in this game, and she's going to turn around and head for second. The throw in by Lesher, not going to work out. Heads up base running that time. Is going to score a run, make the game 3-0 for Marshfield. So now in at the plate for the Pirates, it's going to be the hitting in the second spot is Paige Rygard, the second baseman. As one has come across in this inning for the Pirates, as that one is going to be fisted over to second base. It's going to be caught by Bergeron, and playing games over there at second base is Dahlia Kanwai. So 2 outs now. A little bit of a defensive substitution, it looks like, as I believe Bergeron just moved out to left field. Get this straight for you. So Bergeron's moved out to left field, and Satterfield has moved to second. So just switching the positions there. Is now in at the plate is Sierra Ward. She's going to take strike 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Again, 1 run has come across so far for the Marshfield Pirates. Lesher looks in for the pitch. That one on the inside part of the plate, up and in, but for strike 2. Lesher hoping to get out of this inning with only 1 coming across, and that would be a big credit to her after that leadoff double. That one will be hit on the ground, bouncing over to short. Perez fields it. The throw is late on to first. Coming home, no throw. So it'll be 4-0 now after Sierra Ward beats out the infield single. So that's the 4th run and only the 2nd earned run for the Pirates so far, as Lesher throws the first pitch. That one's going to be hit hard into center field. That ball gets past Leah Stone in center. Working fast to get it back into the infield. And she does, as again, when that ball's rolling out here in the outfield, that's going to have to end up charging it. And sometimes you charge a little too hard as that ball gets under the glove of Leah Stone. A base hit. And advancing on the error for Cedar Ward is Jordy Baldwin, up to the plate now for the Pirates. Still 2 outs in this inning. So that one's hit on the ground. Unless you're going to come up with it on her own and get out of this inning. 2 runs come across for the Pirates. They leave 2 more runners on base after the leadoff double and the RBI single from Sierra Ward. So again, 4-0 for the Pirates. You're watching HVTV1.com.
One would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning here in Murphy. The Mustangs up to the plate, looking to at least crack the scoreboard in this inning if they can't come all the way back. But one thing you don't want to do is leave it up to that 6th and 7th inning, as Mustangs really need to chalk one up on the board here. They've only got one hit, and that one's going to be popped up. Staying in the infield, calling everyone off, is Sullivan, and she's going to end up making the play. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Jordy Baldwin. Leah Stone now stepping in for Hidden Valley. So it was the 2-3-4 hitters, and Leah Stone hitting in the 3 hole, and after her is on deck Anime Caddick. Leah Stone, her first time up. She flew out to the shortstop. Wasn't really a fly out, more of a line out, hit pretty hard. We'll see what kind of contact Stone can make this time. Looking to start that rally for Hidden Valley. That one's going to be pitched on the inside. It's going to be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No runners on base here in the bottom of the 4th inning in Murphy. That one's going to be fouled. Comes back and catches Stone in the shin, so it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Baldwin pitching incredibly well. Again, only 1 hit surrendered so far. Finds the pitch. That windup is going to get Stone looking on the outside part of the plate. That's going to be Baldwin's 3rd strikeout of the game and the 2nd out in this inning. Anime Caddick, the only Mustang to record a hit so far in this game. Take a look over at that Mustang dugout. No one's really too much into this game, but got to rally behind your team as Caddick takes ball 1. Mustangs just need 1 spark to get this thing started. Again, been very quiet offensively and defensively. Well, I guess for lack of a better term, they've kind of dropped the ball. I mean, 6 errors mentioned so far. Actually 7, counting that last one from Leah Stone in the top half of this inning. Mustangs having a lot of trouble on the defensive side of the ball and have not been effective offensively. As Caddick, 1-1 count to her. Baldwin looking in, trying to find her pitch. Finds it, and here it is. The 1-1 is going to be low and in the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Caddick catching for Hidden Valley. Singled her first time up, the only base hit that the Mustangs have had so far, as she ends up chopping at that one above the head. Swinging at a bad pitch there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 3-1 count is the perfect hitter's count to try to get something going, but undisciplined there and whacking at wood there. Pitch is going to be hit on the ground to short. The throw on to Sullivan. A nice stretch is going to get it for the 3rd out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs. That's 8 in a row that Baldwin has retired as the Marshfield Pirates lead 4-0 going into the 5th inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 4-0 in the top of the 5th inning here at the Mustang softball complex. The sky's still pretty gray, but the rain has avoided this game. It was raining before the first pitch. Just a light sprinkle, but since then it's cleared up, and thank goodness it has. Don't want to get rained out here, especially when Marshfield has come all this way, and they're making the best of this road trip again, leading 4-0. And they haven't quite had their way with Lesher, but she's pitched decent enough for really not having a defense behind her. And when you get in that mindset of, you know, my team behind me has committed 7 errors, you want to start doing everything yourself, which can lead to errors on the mound, mental errors, I guess you could call them. But other than that, a couple of mental errors. She's done quite well, and she's even made a couple nice defensive plays, catching a fly out back in the 2nd, and a nice comebacker back in the 4th and 1st inning. And she might take another one here as that ball's hit back to her. Throw on to first in time for the first out of the inning as Kaylin D will ground out. It's going to bring up Karina Skirk. She is 0 for 2 so far, but back in the 2nd she reached on an error. So 1 out in this inning already. In the top of the 5th inning, that one's grounded over the third base side. It's going to be a foul ball. So 4-0, we're in the top of the 5th inning. The Marshfield Pirates have scored in every single inning except for the 3rd so far in this game. That pitch going to be outside. 1 ball, 1 strike into the center fielder Skirk, hitting 7th in the lineup for the Pirates. On deck is Aliana Sullivan, the first baseman. She is 1 for 2. That one's going to be hit in the air. Leah Stone able to make the play for the 2nd out in the inning. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Aliana Sullivan. Leah Stone making the nice running play in center field. And again, Sullivan in at the plate. That one's going to be hit hard and hit high. It's going to end up being a fair ball. Is not able to track that one down was Combe. She's able to gather herself, rounding 2nd and heading for 3rd is going to be Sullivan. No throw to 3rd. The Mustangs are going to let her have that 3rd base, I would assume, to try to not get that errant throw in there. But a 2-out triple for Sullivan. She's got a double and a triple so far as in steps Emily Schaefer. And is now 2 outs and a runner on 3rd. Going to be swung on a miss from Schaefer. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out so far in this game. That one going to be hit, but it's going to be well fouled over the Mustang dugout and down the hill towards the football field. Lesher finding her pitch, looking inside, an off-speed pitch. Schaefer isn't fooled to throw down to 3rd. Not going to happen. Sullivan diving back into the turf. .200 feet all around here. The outfield fences. That one's hit right back to Lesher off of her glove. Toth picks it up, fires to first, not in time. An RBI single that time for Emily Schaefer, as that one was a comebacker off the glove of Lesher. As it's now a 5-0 game for the Pirates. That's going to bring up Dahlia Kanwai. First pitch to her gets past Caddick. Schaefer moving up to 2nd. So of the 5 runs, 3 of them earned against Lesher. She fires in. It's going to be a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. As it's been quite the 2-out rally, as Sullivan started it out with a triple earlier this inning after 2 quick outs in the inning. But Sullivan with the triple and Schaefer with the single have gotten the Pirates 1 run as Perez comes up with it. Throw on to first is going to be in time. Mustangs finally get out of that inning after getting 2 quick outs. 1 run comes across. The Pirates leave 1 stranded at third. 5-0 the ball game score right now. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audiovisual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Coming into the bottom of the 5th inning, the Pirates lead 5-0 over the hometown Hidden Valley Mustangs. Again, the Pirates from Marshfield traveling today. They're 1-3 on the season so far. We'll take a look at what they've done so far on the season. And as a matter of fact, two wins so far in this season. Their first game was a loss against North Valley, a 3-4 loss. That was their first game on March 13th. They split games in Mazama on the 15th. Winning 6-5, then losing 6-14. They were going to play Phoenix, but those 2 games got canceled. They played Harrisburg, the 3A team, won 10-9 there, and since then it's been 3 losing efforts in a row for the Pirates. A 12-1 loss to Newport, a 27-4 loss to McLaughlin, yes, 27-4, and a 12-4 loss against Yamhill Carlton. So 2 wins so far for the Pirates, hoping to make it third and in good position to make it 3 wins for them right now. The Mustangs, they only have 1 win on the season in 4 games. Was an opener against Cottage Grove, who share the Sky M League with these Marshfield Pirates. Then they would go on to lose 8-2 to Madras, 13-3 to South Umpqua, and on the 21st of March was their last game. They lost 8-7 to Brookings. So in now, Maddie Heckles. Baldwin still on the mound for the Pirates, as that one is going to be inside, called for a strike. 0-2 to Heckles. 5-6-7 due up in this inning for the Mustangs. That one's hit on the ground to third, firing to Sullivan in time. Easy first out in this inning. It's going to bring up Christina Lesher. She's been doing the pitching so far in this game for Hidden Valley. Pitch to her, swung on and missed from Baldwin. Baldwin has retired 9 hitters in a row for the Mustangs, and very good streak. Hidden Valley only has 1 hit to this point, and Baldwin's got 3 strikeouts, no walks so far. So we may see her go the distance right now, as that ball is going to be hit but fouled right in front of the plate for strike 2. Lesher so far has struck out once, and she's 0 for 1. Struck out back in the 2nd inning of this one. That one's going to be swung on and missed, but in the turf. Lesher takes off for first. The throw is not in time, so even though she strikes out, that ball skips away from Schaefer, and she will be safe at first base. So 2 strikeouts for Lesher, but this time she gets on first base as Faith Perez, comes in to the batter's box. As with 1 out, the Mustangs get their first base runner in 3 innings. As that one is slapped down the first base line, but it's going to end up foul. The Mustangs' last base runner was Maddie Henkels. She reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. The Mustangs have gone quite some time without any activity on those bases. So that pitch is going to be high. Again, Faith Perez taking that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on for Hidden Valley. Runner on first is Christina Lesher. That one's going to be outside. The throw over to first. Lesher gets back in time, calls timeout so she can get up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count. Pitch in from Baldwin. So a strike 3 to Faith Perez. 4 strikeouts on the game for Baldwin. Actually 5, counting Lesher when she reached first. Now the left-handed hitter, Natasha Combe. Playing right field, she's 0 for 1. So that ball is up, pops right out of the glove of Schaefer. Lesher going to advance to second. That one popped right in and out of the glove of Schaefer behind the plate. And now the Mustangs, for only the 2nd time in this game, have a runner in scoring position. That one's hit on the ground right in front of the mound. Baldwin picks it up, fires to first. A nice stretch at first from Sullivan. Firing back home. The throw in is a wild one. And it looks like the base umpire, Lundquist, is... oh, he called her out at first. There's a little bit of confusion on the field. I thought there were 2 outs, but they kept playing. Interesting there. So the runner will not come across. Combe will just ground out for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So the Mustangs leave 1 stranded. Couldn't push that runner across as they are still scoreless. Scoreless through 5 as the Marshfield Pirates lead 5-0. You're watching HVTV1.com.
One would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James B. Hurley wants to help you plan your future. If you want to grow your retirement fund or even buy a house, consult with James B. Hurley at 924-1934. Again, that's 924-1934. HVTV1 would like to thank Southern Oregon Audio Visual and Ciro Bignati for helping Hidden Valley athletics and activities. Whether you're entertaining 10 people or 1,000, call Southern Oregon Audio Visual at 541-890-2334. Again, that's 541-890-2334. James.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. 5-0, the Pirates leading the Mustangs in the top of the 6th inning. See if they can continue to work on that lead. Christina Lesher still on the mound for Hidden Valley. She's given up 5 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. She struck out 1 and she's walked 3 to this point in the ballgame. Due up to this point for the Marshfield Pirates is the 2-3-4 hitters. That's Paige Rygard, Sierra Ward, and Cedar Ward, in the top of the 6th inning. Mustangs have committed 7 errors to this point, so all things considered, 5 runs is probably right where they should be, if not a little bit lucky there, as that pitch is in the dirt to start out Rygard. 1 ball, no strikes to start the top of the 6th inning. That one's popped towards the first base side. A nice snag over there behind the bag from Hankels for the first out. So that brings up Sierra Ward, the left fielder. That ball going to be hit on the ground, but it's going to roll backwards. A lot of backspin for a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. Lesher's had a lot of trouble getting into good pitchers' counts. And she gets into one here for the first pitch strike, but has had a lot of trouble throwing first pitch strikes. Got only 1 strikeout in the game through 5 1/3 as that one's hit right back at her. She has trouble fielding that one. Lesher fires on to first, and they get her. Bang, bang play at first base, and it looked really, really close, but in the end, Sierra Ward is thrown out. Stepping in is Cedar Ward. That ball hit on the ground to Lesher again. Back-to-back ground balls right back to the pitcher, end the inning here in the top of the 6th inning. Getting a little bit of sprinkles of rain, so we'll see what the Mustangs can do with the weather going against them and trailing 5-0 to the Marshfield Pirates. You're watching HVTV1.com.
Changing outside, and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. The weather is changing outside, and you may need to update your wardrobe. If that is the case, then contact LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook. Mention HVTV1 for $10 off your first purchase. Again, that's LuLaRoe Nikki McGuire on Facebook.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. In the bottom of the 6th inning, it's starting to sprinkle just a little bit here in Murphy. Shouldn't be too much to get these players off the field, though, as the Pirates lead 5-0 over the Mustangs. Due up in this inning for Hidden Valley, 9-1-2. That's going to be Katie Bergeron, Trina Toth, and Grace Satterfield. The Mustangs have had a lot of trouble getting on base. Only have left 3 runners on base this entire game. Excuse me, I should say only have had 3 runners on base this entire game. And a lot of trouble offensively for Hidden Valley, as hopefully this top of the order can get it started. Again, Katie Bergeron leading this inning off for Hidden Valley. Then we're going to have Trina Toth and Grace Satterfield. So 9-1-2, looking to get the rally started for Hidden Valley. And if you can push 2 across in this inning, I'd say you're in decent enough shape to attempt to make a comeback in the 7th. But definitely don't want to leave it all up to the 7th. The Mustangs are down, but they are not out as the first pitch is swung on and fouled from Bergeron. His 5 runs it's doable, but you got to get the rally started here. You don't want to leave it up. You only got 6 outs to play with. So got to get it started sooner rather than later for Hidden Valley. That pitch is going to be in the turf, and it actually, I guess, caught the inside of her foot. So Bergeron is going to reach on the hit by pitch to start out the 6th inning. So that's the first time that Baldwin has issued a free pass of any kind. Hasn't walked anyone yet, and that's the first time she's hit a batter. Trina Toth grounds over to third, but the throw is wild into second. Bergeron is going to round third and head for home as that ball ends up in left field. Trina Toth heading for third as well, as she's going to get in there at third base as the errant throw from Ward is going to allow the Mustangs to finally crack the scoreboard 5-1. So the first run for Hidden Valley comes off the bat of Trina Toth. But the errant throw is what allows her to do it. That one's line. It's going to land up in left field. That's going to be an RBI that time for Satterfield. Satterfield and RBI as the Mustangs, they start their rally, and they start it nice. 5-2 now the score. Hidden Valley still trailing, but now have a heartbeat. That's going to bring up Leah Stone, a runner on first base. Still no outs in the inning. 2 runners come across for Hidden Valley in this inning. Stone's going to take that pitch. It's going to be low and in for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes into Stone. That pitch is going to be high off the glove of Schaefer, and moving up to second is going to be Satterfield. Runner in scoring position now, and still no outs in the inning. The Mustangs a chance to do some real damage here. And the comeback is on in the 6th inning. Pitch into Stone is going to be lined over to shortstop, but she's going to be able to make the catch for the first out. It's the second time Stone has done that, a kind of a line drive over to shortstop. That's going to bring up Anime Caddick, 1 for 2. Caddick swings and misses a little bit out in front of that one for strike 1. Still a little bit of a sprinkle going on, but definitely not as bad as it was just a couple minutes ago. The gray sky is starting to cover this field as that one way above Caddick's head swung on and missed for strike 2. Pirates outfield prepared to throw home. Very vocal team these Pirates are, as that one's going to be hit but fouled over the Mustangs dugout. Rolling down the hill again, right over that batting area right over here. Down to that side is the Mustangs football field. The Mustangs football team making the playoffs for the first time since 2008 this past fall. A lot of good Mustang sports this year. It's been a great year for Mustangs athletics overall. If softball can grab a win and a comeback win at that, they're doing well so far in this inning. It'd be an even better one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Anime Caddick. Again, 1 for 2 so far, a single and a ground out to her name at this point in the ball game. That one's going to be a ground ball hit over to Ward at third. She can't decide who to throw it to, and the foot comes off the bag for Sullivan at first. So that ball was a spinner. Looked like it was going to go foul. A tough play for Ward to make. She's going to beat out the infield single. It's going to bring up Maddie Heckles. So 2 runners on base. At the corners, it's going to be at third base, Grace Satterfield. And at first, it's going to be Anime Caddick, as we've got a meeting at the mound between the Marshfield infield and Jordy Baldwin. You can only imagine they're just there to calm her down. She's done a great job up until this inning. Before this inning, she'd only given up 1 hit. She'd struck out 5. And hadn't given up any walks. She still hasn't properly walked someone. 1 hit batter in Katie Bergeron, but that's it so far, as that one's going to be lined into center field. That's going to bring home a run, and now it's only 5-3. The lead cut down to 2 as the Mustangs score on the RBI base hit from Maddie Heckles. Mustangs making it work this inning. 5-3 the score now. Runners on first and second, still only 1 out. The 1 out coming from Leah Stone, a line drive to the shortstop. As in steps Christina Lesher, the pitcher. Hoping to help her own cause, and the Mustangs want to keep it rolling here in the top of the 6th inning. The first pitch is going to be low for ball 1. And in the bottom of the 6th inning here, the Mustangs were quiet through 5, finally making some noise here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs have come across so far, as that one swung on and missed from Lesher. She struck out twice so far, but in the 5th inning she reached after the ball got past Schaefer behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on in the bottom of the 6th inning. That one going to be high in the zone, but just catching the corner of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That one inside. Oh, but it just catches the inside part of the plate. Lesher, the hat trick now. 3 strikeouts in this game. And that's going to be 6 total for Baldwin to this point in the game. So now with 2 outs, still 2 runners on, Faith Perez, who's 0 for 2. She struck out once in this game, has got a chance at the plate for Hidden Valley. That ball's going to be hit in fair territory. Baldwin going to come up with it. Toss on to first. Going to be in time, so the Pirates finally get out of that inning. The Mustangs push 3 across. They leave 2 runners on base, but they've cut the lead only down to 2. Now the Marshfield Pirates lead only 5-3. You're watching HVTV1.com.
On HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HV.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. A 5-3 ball game now after the Mustangs exploded for 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They were able to get 3 runners across off the RBI single from Manny Hankins as well as a single from Grace Satterfield, but it all started after Bergeron was hit by a pitch and their Baldwin kind of spiraled there. They were able to get out of the inning with the lead, were the Pirates, but still the lead much smaller than it was as they try to hopefully answer back here in the top of the 7th inning. Due up are the 5, 6, 7 hitters. That's going to be Jordy Baldwin, Kaylin D, and Karina Skirk. So leading off the inning is going to be the pitcher Baldwin, as she hopes to redeem herself after a bit of a troubling bottom half of the 6th on the mound. Lesher still out there for the Mustangs as she fires in her first pitch for a strike. 0-1. So far for her, she's given up her fair share of hits, over at 5 right now. And again, out of those 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. She struck out 1 and walked 3 to this point in the ball game. The top of the 7th. As last inning of regulation here, but see if the Mustangs can continue the thunder like they did in the bottom half of the 6th. If they can get out of this inning cleanly, there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to take a win here. As that one is going to be hit foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Baldwin. Lesher winds up, kind of tosses that one in for ball 2. Not much velocity behind that one, probably going for the knockout pitch. Not able to get it. She's only struck out 1 to this point. But again, when she pitches to contact, the Mustangs have made 7 errors so far this afternoon. That one's going to be swung on and fouled off the very end of the bat there. So staying alive is Baldwin. 2 balls, 2 strikes to lead off the top of the 7th inning. That one going to be low, bouncing in the turf. A full count. This point, Lesher, I know your defense hasn't backed you up quite as well as you wanted it to, but you just got to get out of this inning. Set your offense up for a nice inning, as that one's almost backhanded at second, but unable to grab it. Satterfield, a defensive replacement at second about halfway through this one, as she's not able to backhand that ball, so that'll be a base hit for Baldwin to start off this inning. Going to bring up Kaylin D. She is 1 for 3 so far in this game. Corner's playing in, going to try to get ready for the double play ball. Pitch from Lesher is chopped over to Toth. She's going to fire to second. Not the throw you would have wanted, as Satterfield not able to get over to second base in time, so it's going to be a fielder's choice for D, but both runners staying safe there. So runners at first and second, no outs. In steps Karina Skirk. That pitch is going to end up outside from Lesher. Skirk so far in this one, she's 0 for 3. She reached on an error back in the second. It's flied out twice since then. She starts out this count 1-0. Lesher fires. It's high. 2 balls, no strikes. That one hit hard on the ground. Perez fields it, fires to third. Tough for 1. She's going to hold on to it. So both runners advance. Skirk and the fielder's choice. And Aliana Sullivan, so far statistically the best hitter of the day for the Pirates. She's doubled and tripled so far. 2 for 3 after flying out in the first inning, but has played extremely well past that. Made a couple of great defensive plays at first, a lot of good stretches there, but a 1-0 count to her after Lesher fires in the ball. Pitch a strike to Sullivan. She's come around to score twice, and again the double in the fourth and the triple in the fifth. Now she gets a chance right here as that one's popped right back over to shortstop. Faith fires on to first, and she's going to be able to get the second out of the inning. So now it's going to be runners at second and third. Sullivan grounds out, and the raindrops starting to come back in here. Emily Schaefer, the 9-hole hitter, a chance with 2 runners in scoring position to try to extend upon this lead. Only a 2-run lead now as the outfield shades in as that one's lined into left center field. Right center field as that one's in between Stone. 1 run comes across, 2 runs come across, and a 2 RBI double for Emily Schaefer. As that's going to make this game 7-3 now. The 2 RBI double from Emily Schaefer is now with 2 outs. Going to be a runner at second. Getting a little bit of showers here in Murphy. Is that ball going to end up in the dirt from Lesher? That one's hit high over to the left field side. It's going to end up foul. That one was a towering fly ball, but doesn't get very far. As it's going to be 1-1 the count to Dahlia Kemwai. Rain's starting to get a little bit heavier here, but nothing that should deter these players on the field. That one's hit on the ground. Perez comes up with it, fires to first. That one's high and way over the head over at first base. And that's going to bring Schaefer around to score. Eight errors now for the Mustangs, as now the score is, excuse me about that, 8-3 now for the Pirates in the top of the 7th. They've struck for 3 more, answering back to the Mustangs in a big way. As that one is swung on and missed. Advancing there was Kanwai. And with 2 outs, a runner on second now. And at the plate is Paige Rygard. That one's popped up, going to end up foul behind the spectators behind home plate. Dark clouds starting to roll in as might have some good timing here, as might have stayed out of it for most of this ball game. As that pitch is going to be low and away for ball 2. And advancing is Ken Y. Very aggressive base running there. Mustangs sort of unaware on the bases. That one is going to be low, but Caddick able to stay in front of that one. And she tries to fire down to third, and that ball gets past Toth. Coming around to score was Can Y. Nine to 3 the score now for Hidden Valley, and 9 errors for the Mustangs. That one hit over to second. Satterfield comes up with it, tosses to first. The Mustangs finally getting out of a 4-run inning for the Marshfield Pirates. Again, 4 come across, and 2 of them on the RBI double from Emily Schaefer. A big inning for the Pirates, looking to close this one out as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching HVTV1.com.
TV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HV.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. Bottom of the 7th inning in a 9-3 ball game. The Pirates pushing across 4 runs in the top half of the 7th inning to try to secure this victory. We'll see if Hidden Valley has anything left in the tank. As due up in this inning is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And it's going to be Natasha Combe, Katie Bergeron, and Trina Toth to try to start the bottom of the 7th inning for Hidden Valley. They've got a tall task ahead of them, 6 runs. But with a good base hit here, they might be able to get it started. Combe, she's 0 for 2 so far, 2 groundouts to her credit this point in the game. Apologize about that. Swung on and missed the first pitch in the 7th. Still a light sprinkle here in Murphy, Oregon. Just south of Grants Pass. As that one is slapped into left field, it's going to end up foul. Should the Pirates hold on to this one, it would be their 3rd win of the season, and they'd break a streak of losing 3 straight. But still 3 outs to go. Don't want to speak too soon, but the Pirates played well to this point in the ballgame. As that pitch is going to be popped up over to second base, and making the catch is Rygard for the first out, as the rain's starting to come down a little bit heavier now, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. So that's going to bring up Bergeron. She pops that one up into foul territory, but it's going to get out of play. Bergeron is 0 for 1. She was hit by a pitch back in the 6th to get that 6th inning rally started, where the Mustangs were able to push across all 3 runs that they have to this point in the game. That one's going to be hit on the ground for Bergeron. Ward going to pick up that one. Oh, and she slips in the turf a little bit. Looks to be okay. Oh, and it's going to end up rolling foul. I guess a little bit of a odd play there. She tried to field it. The glove went over the ball, and the ball rolled foul. So I guess no harm, no foul. And it's just going to be a 2-strike count, I believe. Or 0-1. 0-1 with 1 out. Bergeron gets that pitch, hits it down to second. Rygaard picks up, fires to first for the second out in the inning. Pirates now 1 out away. From finishing this game out on the road 9-3. Trina Toth, the only hitter to stand in between the Pirates and a road win here. She's going to get that one, pop that one into right field. Chasing, but it's going to end up foul on top of the hitter's cage. Starting to get a little bit of a light sprinkle. Nothing too heavy here. So that pitch is going to be high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Toth. She is 0 for 3 on the day. She reached on an error in the 6th inning. Past that, though, a strikeout and a ground out. That pitch going to be low and got away a little bit from Schaefer. Looking for the complete game, by the way, is Jordy Baldwin. She's given up 3 hits, 3 runs. None of them earned, though. That one's going to be low for ball 3. Trina Toth in the 3-1 hitters count with 2 outs. We'll see if she can try to put, I would say put some wood on that ball, but using aluminum bats here. That one's hit hard on the ground, going to get through the infield for a base hit. The Mustangs, they are not done yet as Trina Toth records her first base hit of the ball game. So that's going to bring up Grace Satterfield as Trina Toth says, hey, I'm not going to be the last out of this game. We'll see if Satterfield has a similar mindset here. Not quite sure what the holdup is here. Still 2 outs, though. Runner on first. Trina Toth with a 2-out base hit into right field. We'll see what Satterfield can do. Again, the Mustangs are down by 6 with 2 outs. Pitch in from Baldwin is going to be high for ball 1. Rain coming down a little bit harder now. You can hear a little bit of a creek we got running behind us here at Hidden Valley, behind the center field fence. Got a little bit of a ditch with some water running in it, but still nothing too bad. Just worried about this already wet outfield, but with 1 out to go, we're still going to end up just finishing this one, I would assume. 1 ball, 1 strike. Satterfield takes that one. 2 balls and a strike now. That pitch is also high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Toth staying put at first. That one flared out foul. Very foul. The wind's still blowing fairly hard too from right to left field, east to west across the field. Pitch in from Baldwin is going to be bounced off the glove, and it's not going to be fielded properly that time by Rygaard. So back-to-back singles for the Mustangs. That's going to bring up Leah Stone. who's 0 for 3 so far, 2 flyouts and a strikeout so far in this game. That one's popped up behind first base, foul. Still 2 outs, but back-to-back base hits for Hidden Valley. They're not going to go down easy. They are down by 6 runs. It's going to be tough for them to make a comeback, if at all, but always want to keep your hopes up. Anything can happen in softball and baseball and these kind of sports. Seen crazier things happen. Not saying it's likely, but we've seen crazier things happen. That one's bounced. Rygaard going to field that one. Tap on second herself for the third and final out of the inning. Took a little bit to get that call out, but the Mustangs fall at home 9-3 to the Marshfield Pirates for the Mustangs. They fall, but they get in for the Pirates. That's going to be their 3rd win of the season. We'll come back with a brief post-game show, and we'll send you on your way. Again, 9-3 victory for the Pirates. You're watching HVTV1.com.
TV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community for over 80 years with locations in Grants Pass, Medford, and Rogue River. Evergreen Federal Bank, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. This event is also sponsored by Fields Ace Home Center, your hometown hardware store where you drive a little and save a lot. Fields Ace Home Center is open 7 days a week in Murphy. This live event on HVTV1 is brought to you in part by Evergreen Federal Bank and President Jeff Hyde. Evergreen has served our community.
Welcome back to HVTV1.com. It's a final here in Murphy. 9-3 the score as the Pirates take one over the Mustangs. The Pirates, they find their 3rd win of the season after losing 3 straight to come into this one. And the Mustangs, well, they've lost their 4th straight. 1-4 on the season for them. Give you a couple unofficial game stats. The Marshfield Pirates through this one again unofficially 9 runs, 7 hits. They committed 1 error and left 6 runners on base. The Mustangs 3 runs on 4 hits. They committed 9 errors and they left 4 runners on base. And that's something that you really got to work on for Hidden Valley. A couple errors from Trina Toth today. One from Leah Stone just off the top of the old dome, but a lot of errors for Hidden Valley. Definitely want to cut down on those defensively. Excuse me. And if you commit 9 errors, you're not going to win very many ball games doing that, especially when you got someone on the mound against you like Jordy Baldwin. She gave up 4 hits in 7 innings of work. She gave up those 3 runs, but all 3 of them unearned for the Mustangs. And she struck out 5, and she didn't walk anyone, but she did hit Bergeron back in the 6th inning. So Jordy Baldwin, definitely an impressive performance on the mound for her in this game. Again, a complete game and no earned runs coming across against her. Again, just down the road, well, I guess not necessarily the road, but just downstairs, I guess down the hill, the Mustangs and Junction City going at it. Baseball down there. If you still got time the rest of your day, you might want to come out and check that game out. We'll be bringing it to you on HVTV1.com, but still going down on there. They're probably only a couple innings into that one. So again, that one started just at 4 o'clock. Time of the ball game today, we started at about 3:01, finishing here at 4:41. So about an hour and 40 minutes to get all 7 innings out in this game. And again, the Pirates are taking this one 9-3. Next up for them, it's going to be a road game against Lapine. That's going to be on the 6th this month. Next up for Hidden Valley, it's going to be a home game against Ashland, and that's going to be on the 4th of this month. So Thursday, it's going to be a home game against Ashland. If you get a chance, come out and check that one out. Our next game for Hidden Valley is going to be baseball, and the Mustangs host Mazama for their 3rd league game of the season. Again, they're going over to play Mazama this Saturday, and we will broadcast them coming home the following Wednesday. So the 3rd league game of the Mustangs baseball season will be right here on HVTV1.com. So keep your eye out for that and all of our Facebook and, of course, hvtv1.com outlets. But that'll about do it for us for now. We hope you enjoyed watching hvtv1.com. You can watch a free archived replay of this event and many others by simply logging on to hvtv1.com or on our YouTube page at hvtv1 Student News. Join us next Saturday as again the Mustangs baseball host the Mazama Vikings in their third league matchup. Once again, the final score here was the Marshfield Pirates 9, Hidden Valley Mustangs 3. The executive producers of HVTV1 are Christopher Pendleton, Dale Fisher, and Brian Miller. Once again, I've been Josh Eldridge, and have a great rest of your day from Murphy, Oregon.